Hi everybody and welcome to Truewants. So here we try to help you make that decision if it's going to change from a want to a need. Now this season I did not get an email for a partner box, so this is my paid box. But as I share with you all the time, I don't pay for fast shipping. So the fact that this box arrived, it blew my mind. I started just yesterday seeing people start to unbox their paid boxes that paid for fast shipping. This is the first time that this box was delivered by an Amazon service. So I don't know, I hope they continue this in the future because it arrived in beautiful condition and it arrived really quick and really easy. Now, you know me, I am an informative channel. I shared with you for the entire month. Last month, we did over 15 videos in reference to FabFitFun. From before they even started the scavenger hunt, I was on the hunt for spoilers and I called them Easter eggs. And we had a great time going through all of those and guessing what was going to be in the box. And then, of course, we did the full spoilers with a lot of information. So by the time this box arrives, which is right now, I am just simply going to share with you what I got in the box. The value of this is phenomenal. I am annual. It really comes down to pretty much just over $10 for each one of the items that I'm going to show you. My picks were picks that if I had a PR box, I would have definitely shared these with you because I wanted to share what I wanted my PR boxes to always be, were products that you would be curious about in reference to the quality. And if the PR box would come before choice day, it would help all of us make better educated decisions based on the reviews that I can give you prior to the items being in here. So with that said, we have 6 items that are going to be in this box. And normally when I got the PR in the past, like I said, more home style products would be here, and then some fun products for my beauty side would be in there. But we're going to go through what I ended up picking first, based on what if I thought I was going to get a notification for an email. But as I share with you all the time, PR changes all the time. Who they choose to open up boxes, it changes all the time. And I also know by me not always putting my face on camera to unbox, it might be something that they want more that type of person to unbox. But I have to do what's best for all of us. And for all of us, putting the products up close to the camera so you can see the quality. You can tell, if you've been with me for over 6.5 years, for the first 4 years, my face was always on camera. So I have to figure out the best way to do this that benefits us as a customer. And that's what this channel is all about. All right. So starting with customization 1, I always enjoy getting the slippers from FabFitFun, but there's always something within the slipper that misses the mark for me. And these, again, there's something about them that this came with, everything came wrapped beautifully. It also came with this also where the slippers were in, but the slippers themselves, they told you to go up half a size was their recommendation. I agree. I am an 8.5 and I went to a 9 and they fit perfectly right at the rim. There's a little cushioning, but I mean a little, because you can see here that as soon as I put it in, it kind of bounces right back. There's no temper foam in here. There's no foam in here. This is really almost like an air pocket. It is the only area where there is any form of cushioning. As soon as you put your foot inside here, it is actually a hard cork. So the shoes are light. It does have the ribbing on the bottom here, so it helps with no slip. And also if you have to run to the mailbox to pick up your mail, you could use them outside. What I do like about them is this material that they have, this faux fur, runs all the way through. And by running, see if I share with you this, you don't need to see it on my feet because all you're going to see is this much of my foot. And that's why I want to film this way so you guys can see the quality up close like this. And you can only do this if your face isn't on camera. At least I don't edit here, so it's not like I'm going to do a whole B-roll and then this. This is not my job. This is something that I do as fun and being able to share with others that are like me. So here we have inside here, we have all of the fur that is on the inside too. It is really, really nice. So for me, if I was sitting on the couch and my feet were getting cold, instead of putting socks on, this is easy to slip it in. And then as soon as I warm up, I could take my foot out. So in that sense, I think it's great. The other part that is really good is how far it goes and how far the footbed goes in here. But when you're walking, there's no give here at all. There's no elastic in here anywhere. So when you're walking, you almost have to, like a slider. I don't know how to explain it any other way. I just found it not comfortable. I found this to be too hard. And I found that there wasn't enough give in this upper area. And I'm just a little surprised that, FabFitFun has the luxury of getting a lot of pieces and made specifically with certain features. I'm just surprised that there's no extra cushioning in here. I like slippers with a little bit more give in this section here, as well as more cushioning on the bottom. But as I shared with you, my background I have in manufacturing, I have in a lot of things. So I'm able to see the little fixes that could have been done to make this perfection, because there's enough in here with the style and the extra little features, being able to wear it outside. This faux fur that's really nice to the touch. It's very warm on the inside. So I think this will be a really nice in the house type of, on the couch type of slipper. That's my thoughts on this. So what I've recommended this to you guys, if I got this in PR before Choice Day, I would have given you the exact same feedback based on my first impressions of wearing these, and I tried everything on that I could try on prior to sitting down here. So that is the first item that was in customization 1. They also say the value of this is $68, which this one item more than pays for the box. With that said, I always share with you, these retail prices are real, but for me as a consumer, would I spend $68 on this? Absolutely not. But like I said, when you break down the price of the box in that round $60, $70, and you have 6 items, you're just paying a little bit over $10 for this. So in that sense, I'd say, okay. The next item is customization 2, and this I was really excited about. Now, I also had the opportunity to watch a few people who got their boxes just over the last couple of days, and I have to differ with a couple of their feedbacks. Yes, this feels very soft to the touch, but it is polyester. So this is not going to breathe. So even though this has a lightweight feel to it, at night, if you are somebody that gets warm during the evenings, this is not going to last on your body that long. That's all I'm going to say in reference to that. Does it feel nice to the touch? Absolutely. Is it something that I would definitely wear lounging around the house and not be embarrassed to open up the front door? Absolutely. I would definitely recommend, but now it's too late for choice and all that, which this is my preference on how I purchase clothing. I purchase clothing not on the size. It's something that I learned early on in my life. No one sees what size you are. You want to be comfortable in your clothing. So based on your measurements, and that is how I choose my clothing. I also thought this would be a great idea to have it as an extra set in the guest bedroom, simply because I think this is something men and women would be able to wear. And even if I had a couple, stay over, the woman would be able to wear the top and the guy would be able to wear the bottoms. That's where my head was when I wanted to get this. I also think the design is absolutely beautiful, and I love the color of it as well. What I also don't like for myself is when elastics are too tight. So that is why I always usually go up to the largest sizes. So, and especially if there is a drawstring that actually functions, and this one does. So this is a fantastic elastic that is wide, so it's not going to dig in if you bought your measurements properly. And then this tie, when I put it on, I was able to cinch it. And that I think is absolutely fantastic. So it's better to go bigger than smaller, because you're able to cinch in the waist, and I can cinch it a lot. So in that sense, I think it is great. I also think this will fit a lot of body types. So if my body is just an hourglass figure, it's not like I have a big stomach or a big rear or big thighs. I'm just average. And with that, I think this size of the legging is so wide that I think no matter what your size leg is, I think it will definitely fit everybody. The quality here is 100% fantastic. All of the stitching, everything that is done in here, I think is absolutely fantastic. So in that sense, this is something that I was really looking forward to, and it didn't disappoint, but I think it might disappoint others if they didn't purchase the right size for themselves. And as I say all the time, when it comes to sizing, the best thing is to always size up, and especially when you're buying from a box. You know, if you're on Amazon and something doesn't fit, you can return. When you're buying through a box, you can't exchange sizes. So it's better if something's a little, for me personally, a little bit bigger than it being too tight. Something bigger you can lounge around in, something too tight you're not going to want to wear, and especially when you're sleeping. So this is a brand that's called Honeydew. The other thing that's really nice on this, it is long sleeve. On everybody that I saw put this on, the sleeves are exceptionally long. I'm 5'7", like I said, I'm normal in all of my measurements, except I have a bigger chest. So this one here, all the ribbing, everything is done really, really beautifully, but the arms definitely hit everybody, either at their fingertips or at least to this area here. So in that sense, I think it's great. I'm going to see if I have, I took some pictures of my camera roll that I'll try to put up at the end if I don't forget, and we'll be able to show you how it looks like on me. But it's really irrelevant how it looks like on me, because like I said, everybody, even if we're all 5'7" and the same weight, how our weight is distributed on our own bodies are all different. So it's going to fit everybody differently. Do I think this is a great outfit for a box? Yes, because I think based on how everything is, like the sleeves are a little bit too long, the legs are a little bit wider than normal, I think it kind of will be able to fit more people no matter what. And it feels really, really nice to the touch. I just think because it's 95% polyester, I think it is something that will get warm during the night, but I think it's beautiful to lounge in, and I also think it's going to be perfect for what I purchased it for, which was for the guest bedroom. The next item was one that somebody asked me to get for them as a gift, and I think they are going to be over the moon. And this one here is in customization 3. This is the scent stone. It's the set in cozy. This has a $48 value. And I don't know if I mentioned the honeydew bottom and top together, this set. They're saying that's also a $60 value. So as you can see, every item more than pays for the box. This, I think, is an exceptional gift. I think they are going to be over the moon with this. First of all, the packaging alone is beautiful. The name on here is beautiful. I didn't do anything to open up any of the packaging, but what I will share with you is definitely, if you order this, double check, because some of the, you'll see when I open this, is a little bit loose. As you saw, there was like a little mark here. That was simply by taking the other item out to make sure everything was sealed properly. And it's a little bit of the oil did come off on my hand. But this is a beautiful, beautiful box. This is the information that is on the back here, where it says Scent Stones, experience this company that's called Kayla Gray. It's a light fragrance diffuser that's designed to give a subtle infuse to your space with your favorite scent. And the scent that's in here is spectacular. It is lightweight, but it is just beautiful. It says it's ideal for enhancing the ambience throughout the home and all of that. You put a couple of drops in. I saw a couple of people open this up. They put the drops in, and the drops, after a certain period of time, definitely absorbed into the stone, and it was really, really beautiful. The presentation on this is over the moon. So inside here, there is a card, and in the card, it does say that it is them. So this package was made by this company for FabFitFun. That's the only thing that I don't know if my friend who asked me to purchase this for them is going to be happy that it says FabFitFun on the card. So worst case scenario, they'll just have to take the card out. But that is what it says on here. And then on the back here is instructions on how to use it. So that's the only negative. And then also, again, there's another discount with FabFitFun on here for 20% off your order. So if you want to get more of the perfume oils and all of that, they also have roller balls and body mists. I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more from this brand in the future, because I am so impressed with the packaging, with everything. So as I mentioned, this has a slider box that it comes out. This is the product up close. As you can see, there is a seal on here, but if you look up close to this little dollop in here, let me take it out here. It is concaved already, like pressed in for the dropper, which I don't think it should be. And you can see that there is a little bit of oil on it. So keep that in mind. Double check it. Like I said, there is oil on here, and this I don't think should be pressed in like that. But who knows with shipping what happens, but this is packaged really beautifully. There's no oils anywhere else on here. It's just all on that dropper that seems to be squeezed in. So maybe once this saran comes off, this might blow up normal. If you got this and you've opened it, then make sure to share. But it looks like, you know, there's a little room here where maybe some stuff dripped. I'm not sure, but this is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. The scent on this through the actual saran that's sealing it is spectacular. The stone also is so smooth to the touch, so beautiful. And there they have the name on here. And it is concaved a little bit in here, which is where you put the drops right in the center, and then it will go into the stone. It is beautiful. It feels so soft to the touch. It looks so high end. So impressed with this. This is definitely the pick of my box, and I didn't pick this, and I don't know if I would have. And now I wish I would have been able to grab a second one. So hopefully there'll be some throwbacks, and we'll be able to get that. And I think this was sold out for seasonal, so I apologize for that, but I always tell you why I choose to be annual. The next is customization 4. And in customization 4, I ended up getting the jewelry because, as I share with you all the time, for me, the jewelry from FabFitFun is stuff that I would never purchase for myself. I like bolder jewelry, so all the jewelry that I have that's very dainty, all comes from FabFitFun. This is a beautiful little silk bag, so if you're looking to give this as a gift, I think the presentation again is beautiful. This is a drawstring bag, which is here. And then inside the item, everything came wrapped. So I took all the wrapping off so you guys can see the products up close. This I ended up in silver. You had the choice of silver or gold. This is silver plated, so keep that in mind. Also, I think the stones look beautiful. They're small enough that it can be taken as real, and the sparkle on it is spectacular. This also has the extension here. So with the clasp, it's a lobster claw. And with that, you'll be able to go for as close as 15 inches, I think all the way to 18. So this, like I said, for dainty jewelry, I think they do a spectacular job. And that's why the jewelry ends up in my bags, from my boxes from FabFitFun, because like I said, most of my jewelry is very, very bold. I will pan out when we finish going through everything, so you'll be able to see everything as one last look when I pan out. Now we're into customization 5, and for customization 5, this is a brand that I got introduced to through another box, and I fell in love with every scent that I got from them, and this is by Rosie. This is only 4 ounces. This has a $25 value, and you had the choice between Calm or Wake. I am a bath girl, so for me to grab something that says Calm for the end of the night, I think is great. I was a little concerned because one of the scents in here is lavender, and lavender could be a hit and miss for me depending how strong it is, but it also has chamomile, which to me is very soothing. So I said, I'm gonna take a shot, because if it's not for me, it's gift giving time. But the scent is beautiful, and it is not overpowering. I don't even smell any of the lavender at all. It is a beautiful, beautiful mix. And I'm telling you, by Rosie, do not close your eyes to this brand. Every single scent that I have gotten or chosen from them has been absolutely, absolutely beautiful. So very excited about that. And then the final item for customization 6, I read a lot, and there were like a lot of hit and misses in reference to this brand called Yummy. And I think if you're a Bravo girl, I think she was also on 1 or 2 seasons as one of the housewives there. But again, with something like this, I thought for walking, I thought this would be good. They also had, when I read all of the information, they said it wasn't overly, it's called Shapewear You Crave, Prices You Love. The price of this I thought was really reasonable. It was around $20. I am, like I said, an average size, and I think this is fantastic. I put it on. What I can tell you is a couple of things. One, the actual waistband in here is very high, so it's good for me because I have an hourglass, so I think that is absolutely fantastic. I think a few people complained that it did roll down. I also think if things are too small, that might be why there might be more of the rolling down than the actual fabric not being. But my biggest thing with shapewear is I like when it's not overly tight on the upper part, but a little bit tighter on the legs. This one here, the fabric is almost like two different fabrics. On the bottom here, there seems to be a lot more stretch, whereas on the top, it seems to be a firmer fabric. It's also double lined on the top, where it is single lined on the bottom. The part here on the bottom where the cassock is, there's no, this is definitely something that I would wear underwear with. I wouldn't wear this on its own. I'd wear it more like a biker short. That's just mine, because you can see the material only if I film this way that you can see. It has a bit of like a fabric to it that has like a bit of grip. So to me, this is something that I personally, there's no extra gusset that I would be comfortable wearing this as underwear alone. And also this biker short has no areas where you'd have to take it on and off if you had to go to the bathroom. So keep that in mind as well. But I really like how the actual, the two fabrics come together. You see how well this is actually done. When I put this on, it fit me perfect. I was very happy with it, but I did go up a size based on my measurements. I didn't want anything to be too tight. I wanted it to be more so that I'd be comfortable to walk in it. I didn't want it to be like shapewear. So again, I went up to a larger size, and for me, everybody chooses how they want to wear their clothing, how comfortable they want to be in their clothing. I'm at a stage in my life where comfort is more important to me. I still find it funny that I ended up buying shapewear because that's something that I haven't bought in years. But everything else in customization 6 was either a hair mist for detangling. The Wonder Beauty is something that I already owned. A puzzle was something that I wouldn't do, but I thought it might be a good gift idea. They also had pierced earrings that I thought were absolutely stunning, but I don't have pierced ears. Dr. Perricone, I already own that. I don't drink coffee, so the espresso cups, the digital offer, and the fry belt, didn't catch my attention. So it really ended up being based on, I know a lot of people sometimes choose credits over products. I don't do that either. I always like to, whatever's not going to work for me, I have enough people in my life that I think it could work for someone else. And like I said, I was purchasing based on what I wanted to show you guys and be able to give you feedback on. So in the future, I might be looking at things a little bit differently. If again, no email comes down from them in reference to a partner box, they call it, I guess. But I find it funny that they call it a partner box for people that they just give the opportunity to choose items for a box. It's not a sponsorship where they pay you to do a video for them. So I hope that everybody got exactly what they wanted, and that I just feel sad that I wasn't able to give you my thorough unboxing prior to Choice Day to try to help. And that's what this channel is all about. It's about sharing information with each other. As a paying customer, what I look for when someone's doing an unboxing, I wasn't finding. So I know the way that I unbox is a non-traditional way, but it is a way that I think helps more people than me just saying the excitement of opening up a box. So that is, I don't know how to explain it any other way. So all I can say is I was hoping to get some of the caraway in here. My fingers were crossed for that based on when we had the spoilers of everything that's written on the box. The caraway was one of the first names that were there, and I was so hoping to be able to get and add to the pans and pots from caraway. So hopefully in the future, maybe it was just something that didn't make it in shipping in time to be able in our boxes. So maybe, hopefully, I'll keep our fingers crossed that the next box will have something from caraway, because that was something I was looking forward to. But all in all, this is a spectacular deal. And the other options that you could have in every single one of the categories is an absolute home run. So if you were, and that's why I really feel it hits every age group. So like if you are someone that's just starting out in the 20s or early 30s, where it's your first apartment and you were looking for glassware and you're looking for baking dishes and all of those things, or if you're in your 40s and 50s and your family's expanding and you want to have housewarming gifts for people. And I just think they really do a great job in each one of the customization categories to give you enough in there that you could make this just a beauty box if you wanted to. So, but with this as being a lifestyle box, I want always to try to make my choices something that would be something I wouldn't see in another box. So the in the roundhouse, I've gotten things in the past from that brand, and that brand, I find the quality of their products fantastic. So for customization one, we had those glass sets or that baking dish from that company. They also had from Tula their night serum. From Dennis Gross, they had a lip treatment. So like I'm saying, and then they had those blankets, but I've heard other people that went to the scavenger hunt, and when they got it home and they opened it up, it was flying everywhere. So I didn't want to bring into my home. So I said, okay, I'm going to pass on the blanket. And just last season, I got so many unhide blankets and another blanket from another brand that I'm loving so much in that beautiful Merlot color. So I'm very happy with that as well. Then they had a perfume that said it had a forest. I don't like those type of scents. So for me, that was a miss. And then, like I mentioned, every category had enough products in there that I could have very easily made a second box filled with other items that I would have been happy to receive as well. But this was the box that I ended up putting together based on being able to show the products. Am I going to enjoy every single product that is in here and use it? Absolutely. Like I said, the pajamas are going to go in the guest room. The Cali Gray was a gift that they asked me to get, so I'm giving that to them. The jewelry I think is beautiful in person. The bike short I think will be perfect. The slippers on the couch I think will be good enough. And then the By Rosie for sure is something that I know I will enjoy. So hopefully your boxes are going to come earlier than expected too, especially if you didn't pay for that fast shipping. I think that is fantastic. And like I said, I really enjoy this box. I love that it's quarterly. I love that it's more unique than all the other boxes. And I hope you guys do too. If you ended up getting your items, that they are everything that you expected them to be and more. And as always, I'm going to give you my honest reviews on all of this, because a lot of times with this box, they have throwbacks. So I don't want you to see something from my box and mark it on your wants list. You'll see it in their shop or in future opportunities in future boxes where they have throwbacks that you're going to add it on. I want to try to be as honest as possible and with you in turn being able to share with me in the comments the same, so that we have a safe place here where we can share with each other our honest thoughts and our expectations, and if they were met or if it was a miss. I would love to know that as well. All right. And as a customer, you know, even though you're getting a good deal is only if you're going to enjoy what you end up getting. So it's nice to be able to customize your entire box. And like I said, this is every single item here I chose, and it's every single item here I will get use out of. And to me, that is an absolute win. And that's it for this video, guys. So I hope, like I said, everyone's boxes start to arrive also. Getting it on a weekend, I think, is spectacular and always a lot of fun. And this is the time when our boxes start to arrive. So it's just one exciting day after another. And that's it for this video. So everybody continue to stay safe and well, and I'll see you all soon again in the next one. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.